Uh-oh, maybe I had a small problem there. I have to check that out. Um, Courtney had made a comment about educating the people on the role of the fusion centers and stuff like that. My question would that be, is what type of education would you want to put out there? Would you want it to put out as to what they're looking for or what they have found? Because I know some of the stuff that we have found doing our stuff is some really scary stuff that I really don't know that everyday civilian one needs to know is out there, creeping around their neighborhoods, uh, or two if they want to know. To be completely honest, uh, bringing the private industry into a fusion center. Um, I think with that one is that if you're going to bring one group in, you need to bring them all in, because as the reading it had suggested, with the guy stealing uh, important information, on their competitors or things like that, and I think that one of the things that would help deter that, is to have someone, from Exxon, someone from Mobil, someone from Shell, so that they're all sitting in the same room, they're all, available to the owner or available to the same information. So now nobody's able to, hide something, from somebody or get something that, the other guys don't have. I think that'd be one of the only ways to go about that. Um, but again, like one of the things with the reading of stated, uh, after Hurricane Katrina with that group in Houston that was compiling all that information. What happened to that information, once it got collected and put into the database, and who had access? Those are things that need to be taken into consideration whenever they start putting those things out. Uh, and again, I think it rolls into the third question. What are the challenges, of sharing info with private industry? Uh, the thing about classified information, was mentioned. You know, anyone who's in these role or in these programs or in these centers, they've all been vetted. They all know what's going on. They've had their backgrounds checked. Things like that. So they've been under the microscope. They understand, what they can and can't do, and it can lead to some serious jail time. If they violate that stuff. Uh, I think, with that, whenever you get into the need to know aspects of that, if they're there in the group, and supporting, resources and manpower and stuff like that, then whatever's found and stuff, they need to know. If they're there, then they need to. It's either all or none, as far as I'm concerned. As far as that goes. Um, Let me read through my notes here real quick. Covered that. Covered that. Actually covered that too. So uh, with that, I think that when it comes to the fusion centers, for the most part, if they're gonna be integrated into, anything, it needs to be, streamlined, to where, like with one of with the reading on the fusion center itself, we talked about how they were playing the game of surf the policy, to whereas if this area has more lax, information on public information or private information rather, for your personal, your credit history, your name, your socials, and things like that. But yet, say the state one is more lax than the federal one, and these guys are falling under, deciding to use the state statutes. I don't think they should be able to do that. It should be, if this is a state-run program, then it needs to be state statutes. If it's a federal-run program, then you're going to federal statutes. That's just the way that it should work. Especially when you start talking about dealing with this type of, the types of information that these guys are looking into. Um, I know with some of the databases that I have access to, we have to have uh, probable cause, or need to start looking stuff up, like if I can't look my own stuff up, I can't look up stuff for the guys in the office or guys in the service or even you guys in the class. If that comes up, then I can be, put into, I can lose my clearance, I can go to jail, and stuff like that. So the public trust has to be there, and so that's really my take on that. Thank you guys.